Hey there, let's play another of those weekly free instant tournaments. Let me share my screen. And you guys and gals know the drill. 8 deals with match point scoring on BBO under the Solitaire tab. And here it is. We start with 12 high card points and 1 diamond opening bid. Partners double show spades. I would prefer to bid 2 spades with this kind of hand, a hand that would have raised 1 spade to 2, reserving the 1 spade bid for some awkward hands with 3 card support only. I don't think the robot plays that. What? Yes, he thinks that 2 spades is 15 to 17, so we have to just bid a minimum level. He's not concerned about the awkward hands in which, let's say, we have something like 3 3 4 3, 3 4 4 2, 3 spades, 4 hearts without a stopper. It can be awkward to find a rebid after a double if you don't have a stopper and if you have a balanced hand. Rebidding your 4 card diamond suit is never appealing. And so it's good to have a kind of a safe harbor there. But the robot doesn't play that. And what is this 2 clubs after we have raised spades? Forcing to, it says kind of a game try. I have a minimum, but it's a nice minimum. If it were imps, I would push harder, but here I just want to not push very strongly, especially because North is a best hand. Anyway, here we are. It's an interesting hand to play because the heart queen is almost certainly on side after the overcall. So we can get 4 heart tricks. The problem is our communications and drawing trumps if we go for that line. So let's see. 8 of diamonds looks like a lead from shortness. I'm not sure. Robot might be leading from something like queen 9-8 or jack 9-8, but it looks like shortness. And so I guess our best shot is to not draw trumps at all. Just finesse twice in hearts and then cross ruff, forcing east to ruff our good hearts. And in effect, we'll, at the end, let me just reject this call. Whoa, I don't want to pick it up. And at the end, we'll play a club to the king at some point. So let's go for it. Okay, interesting. We have many tricks here at this point. What if we draw trumps and find trumps 3-2 with split honors, which is the most likely possibility? Can we get even 12 tricks, losing only 1 trump? Not impossible. But surely we should start with a play that must be done from our side of the table. And now whether or not to lead a trump is a big deal. I think we should lead a trump here. After the 10 of diamonds won the... Do we want him to cover or not? If he has king, queen of spades, not really. So let's lead a very low spade. They're all equal from our viewpoint. He's cashing the ace of clubs because there is a risk that he will lose it. And it looks like we can, since we now have an entry to dummy to cash the good hearts at the end, should just grab trumps with a finesse. Yes, so it's a claim now, 11 tricks. Couldn't avoid losing those tricks if Wes is cashing that ace of clubs. If he was not, we might. Anyway, new hand. That's a huge hand. 20 high card points. And the opponents are making our life tougher. Doubling with a singleton heart is quite risky. The robot will really assume that I have some kind of support in hearts, typically at least 3. And we may get in trouble. That said, I don't think the robot is cognizant of the possibilities of a double, the very strong possibilities here. But I don't see that any other feasible bid. We have to start with a double here. And okay, 3 hearts. Now 4 diamonds should in ordinary bridge should turn off the message of heart tolerance and basically just show a big hand with diamonds. I would like to bid even more than 4 diamonds. This hand is a game force. But again, there's no sensible bid other than 4 diamonds. And partner is extremely weak, but he could and should have bid 4 spades. And so we are in the wrong contract here. Should be playing 4 spades. Jack of clubs. Of course, the king is offside. No need for us to try that queen. And it's not clear whether we should cash diamonds from the top or lead a low to dummy. But that heart first play appears to indicate that hearts are stacked in west. And so diamonds should be breaking. I'll just not worry about diamonds 5-1. Okay, good that we didn't lead low. So we can draw out all the trumps in our bad contract. And now let's try spades. Okay, spades are also not horrible. So we lose this on the king of clubs. And in 4 spades, we would have an easy 11 tricks. So silly to be playing in 4 diamonds here. Let me see if people managed to reach 4 spades or other tables. Nope. Best move was a guy who just beat 3 spades over 3 hearts. And the robot didn't raise. It's tough to bid those very strong hands after preempts. It's tough in always, but when you're playing with an incompetent robot, it's even tougher. Anyway, now we have 18 high-card points. That's a hard opening bid, and no interest in describing my hand any further, so I won't bid 2 spades or 2 of anything else. I just want to bid game here. Maybe that will make the defense worse. The 3 of diamonds. We have to play the queen here, or to play for a major screw up. if we play low, unblock the club, try to get to dummy with the queen of hearts to discard a diamond. But I don't think the robot would shift to a diamond from the king so easily. The technical play against competent opposition would be to play the queen here. It is really our only chance to avoid 4 losers. I will not insult the robot by playing low. You can still insult the robot by other means, like maybe they will not try to cash a diamond. Oh well, King Jack was, so there was nothing we could do. We can rough this with a 7. And let's unblock this. Don't know if I want to cash that Jack. Okay, now we got a second entry to dummy. We should have cashed the check, of course. I was thinking about Trump's 3-1. But if he had ace jack behind, he could always duck. So it's not as if there was no counter to the possible end play. But here we are, one down. Next hand, 13 high card points. That's a one club opening bid. And a two heart raise. And we are bid out. Okay, we have four top losers and a problem in spades. We would like to discard two spades, one on the club and one on the diamond, but for us to establish that club, it's not so easy. It is not so easy. They have to help us. And here they are helping us. I think the ace of clubs is with West because he didn't. Exactly, he didn't. We could just claim losing two diamonds at this point. But if we're going to do that, why not draw trumps and maybe spades are queen jack type or something like that. Let's pitch a diamond. And maybe they'll do something silly with those spades. See, not really. Very hard to see us not losing a spade. So it proved losing a spade here. Okay, 20 high card points. Not a big fan of 2-0. But with 5-4 to 2 with honors in my doubles, I really don't think that in match points, three clubs is also ideal. Just be 2-0 here. 17 to 18. That's not enough. 3-0. Well, three clubs might have gotten us into five clubs, but I don't know if we want to be there. I do know that we need to step. Even if we get the diamond finesse right, then spades breaking is still only 8 tricks. So we have to hope for a goof in the run of the hearts. Let me unblock diamond. Maybe entice them to a diamond switch at some point. See? They block the hearts. And clubs were 4-1. So let's look at what other people did. 32%, it's strange. Such a, well, they are in four spades. Four spades is not great. But with spades 3-3 and the king of diamonds on side, it is best. I don't know. Next case is one club, one heart, one spade, one no trumps. And my hand is between 2 and 3 clubs now. My excellent clubs argue for 3, but a singleton honor in partner suit is always an awkward holding. So I'll just, and this is match points. So let's just content ourselves with 2. Now that he's showing a max, now I have to go to 3. 2 clubs was not more forcing, of course. Okay, we have 9 top tricks. Assuming that clubs are breaking. And even if they aren't. And some chances of extra spade tricks. Here we got one extra spade trick. And we can duck this just because they might leave us with communication if they don't continue diamonds, but they did continue to hit, so basically now we have to run home and lose the last spade trick. 16 high card points, someone will comp open the bid, and the two spades response to Stayman. And that's an acceptance in my book. Especially because the robot invites with some hand with which I would bid game. This is one of them. I would be game with that. Anyway, 4 spade tricks. 8 of diamonds is it's a nasty looking card because it looks like it's not from King 10, 9, 8. So the King of Diamonds should be in East. And we will have 4 spades, 2 diamonds. We need some heart tricks. Ordinary play is to just hope that Wes has length in hearts since he's short in diamonds. He's apparently short in diamonds, at least. Not so, not so. We have to duck this. Maybe they will switch. Sometimes they do. As expected, there was a doubleton lead. Maybe I should have played the queen. Not so sure, but I don't want to diverge from the field that much. And as it is now, I think I have to run home because there's a bunch of diamonds behind us, and surely, almost surely, at least one entry. So maybe West has ace king of clubs and East has ace jack of hearts. That's our best part of an extra trick here. Okay, something good happened, but not enough. The ace of hearts is still in East and he has 2 good diamonds. So with ace jack behind the 10 and that nasty lead, I think we were doomed. And the final board, 21 high card points. Interesting. This is a minor suit Stayman, and I have excellent cards for a minor suit Stayman hand. Now he's showing short as in hearts. This is a slam drive at this point. Since he's a best hand, there's no further ado required. Something must be pointed out here about, yes, it's a laydown hand, but something must be pointed out about this bidding here is that partner, this is not strictly equivalent to a one level lower auction in which, let's say you go 1 of trump opening bid, 2 spades, minus 2 Stayman, 3 clubs, 4 hearts, not sorry, 3 hearts showing shortness. Now, responder might still be thinking of a choice of games, whether to play 3-no or 5 clubs or 6. It's not clearly a slam drive, but this auction is clearly a slam invite at least, even though he's a past hand, because if he were not interested in slam, he would always bid 5 clubs after finding the support. And here it's just about a question of claiming. As soon as we get the lead, which is now. Okay, we were in 3rd position. We probably didn't win because there's some high scores floating around, but we had a respectable tournament. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.